Hey guys, welcome back to another video. In this video, we are going to develop an application from scratch. So this video, we are not going to take more than 15 to 20 minutes, and within that, we are going to develop this personal expense tracker. So you can develop your own expense tracker. So and this video is completely beginner friendly. So if you are new to Python, so this video is for you. So here is the, you can see the description of the project requirement. It is saying a simple command line expense tracker, and which is built in with by using Python. And here the use cases of this Python application is you can log your daily expenses and view the total spending in one place, right? And here are the features that you can see. We can add our expenses. At the time of expenses you are adding, you can add these details like what is the date and the category and the amount. And also you should have that option to see, to view the records that you have added into your expense tracker. And then this application is going to automatically calculate the total spending amount, right? And then we are going to store the parses the data into CSV file. So anytime you wanted to display the total amount that you have added into your application, you should be able to display that data, right? So this is the, you can see, basic feature of the application we are going to have. And we have some more details of the project, like let me scroll down. You can see the details. So we are going to use Python 3.7 plus. You need to have, and the project structure also I have added. We are going to have mainly two files is going to be very important for our project. One is your CSV file. This is nothing but to store the data. And then we are going to have one Python file that is nothing but app.py. Here we are going to write our main logic, right? And then we are going to, let me scroll down more so that I can show you. So if I scroll down here, you can see how the application should show you the output, right? So if you run the code, so it will show you this, you can say the details. It will show you these details, and it will say you can, if you select your option 1, so you are going to add the new expense. If you select option 2, then it will display you, it will show you the details of expense, right? And if you select 3, then you are going to exit from the application. And then finally here you can see the example of the output, how it should like. When you run the code, it should display you these options, and let's say you selected one, and you have added the details like food category, and you have entered the amount as 250. So it will say that okay, expense is added. And after that, let's say you are selecting option 2, so it should show display you the expense that you have added. So if you select option 2, if you select this option, you select this option 2, then it should be able to display you the all the expenses that you have added into your CSV file. Clear? So this is the very simplistic command, guys, that we are going to develop in this video. Let's quickly jump to our project right now, right? So let me go and display you, show you the CSV file. So this is our CSV file, and in this file we have basically three columns. One is date and the category and the amount. This is the three columns we are going to have, and here we are going to enter our records, right? Now let me show you the app.py. So this is the app.py. Here we are going to write our logics here. So basically we need two logic mainly. So one logic is to add expense, so we can say expense, and we are going to add the details like date, and we are going to add, you can say, category, and then we are going to add amount, right? So these are the details we are going to add. For now I'm not going to do anything, so just say pass. And one more, you can see function we are going to add, that is nothing but to view all the records, right? So we can see view all expenses, right? So we just, for now we are not going to add any definition over here. So now let's see, if name dot is equal to main, then we are going to write our logic. So first of all I'm going to print that, let's see, welcome to expense tracker. This is the message that we are going to display. And let me add some, you can say, So after that, what we can see, we can print, we can ask for the options, right? So we have shown you the options over here, how it should look like. Let me add this. Let's say choose an option. So I'll going to display this one. I'll go to there, my app.py. I'll say display Python and choose an option, right? So after that, what we are going to do is we are going to ask to select the options, right? So we are going to ask select the option. Now in option 1, I can ask add expenses. After that, we can add new print, or we can add into the same line itself. So we can say to view all expenses, and then we can say option 3. So I can add, let's say, slash n, and then 3 option is for exit, right? So if I run this code now in this situation, you can see it will give me that option to select this way, right? Welcome to, it will say, it will display me welcome to expense tracker, and after that it is giving me the options, right? So this is how we have developed right now. Now on based of the user input, and then I should have to select, I should have to ask the user to enter the data, right? So what we can do, we can take the data. Let's say first of all I want to ask the user to select the category, right? So for that, what we can see, let's say, so let's say that category, I will see the option, right? So which option you want to go for? User want to go option 1, 2, or 3. So we can see choice is equal to, I can say, int input, and then we can ask for enter your choice, right? So as soon as user will be entering the choice, you can see now here is, let me take this right. Now you can see the this here 1, 2, 3. These are integer type of data, and this input is going to return you string type of data. So we can wrap it by using integer. So let me do it right now this way, right? Now let's add the switch cases, right? We can have a if choice is equal to choice is equal to 1. If choice is equal to 1, so what we have to do, we have to add the expense, right? So we have to ask for the category, all these things, right? So what we can do, we can say, let's say date is equal to, we can set the date, and for setting the date, we are not going to ask the user to enter the date. We are taking it from the calendar. Whatever the is current date, it is going to take their data. So we can say date time, we can use the date time library. So we can say date time dot now, time dot now. So we are going to use this datetime library, and from this datetime library, let me import it first and say datetime dot datetime. Okay, so we can say now, and then after that we can say str if time, right? And then here we can have the format, in which format you want to display the records. So let me go with um, percentage y percent. I want to go this approach, percentage year, month, and date. This approach I want to go for, right? Once I have stored the date for the category, I need to ask the user to enter the category. So let's say category, I want to ask the user to enter the category, right? So similarly, I need to ask the user to enter the amount, right? So this is all done. Once we have get all the data, now we can add that, we can call our add expense method, and we can pass the data, right? So we can call the add expense, and we can pass date, and we can pass category, and we can pass amount, right? So this is going to add the details, right? So now after that, what we can do is we can write our next method. So we can have, let's say, elif, will be using elif, and if choice is equal to 2, then what we are going to display, we are going to display call this view expense method. So it will display all the records from the, you can say, csv file, right? Now after that, what we can do, else case, right? If the choice is 3, right? If the choice is 3, what we are going to do in that case, So let's say elif we are going to use choice equal to 3, and then we are going to simply exit from the program, right? This is something we are going to do. So in this situation, if I run this code right now, you can see what happened. Let me run this code. You can see we are getting an option to select, enter the choice, right? Let me add the choice. So let's say I'm adding one. So I'm not getting any output, right? So it is saying that enter the expense category. So let me say food. I'm entering the food, and it is asking me to enter amount. Let's say 100, and then we are not getting any output, right? It is not showing anything more, right? Or even if I say, let's say running once again, right, this time I'm choosing the option as 2. Now if I choose 2, there is nothing is displaying over here because we did not add any implementation there for the view method, right? That's why it is not showing any details. So now let's quickly go and update our add expands and view expands method, right? Let me manage this window for now. Okay. So I'll go to the add method expands. So here we are going to, first of all, we are going to open that CSV file, and after that we are going to insert the data, right? So we can open the file by using open, and I'll have to enter the file name. We can say expense.csv file, and we are going to open the file. As we are going to write the file, we are going to open the file in mn mode, right? So we are going to choose a, and then for new line we are going to select, let's say, new line, or just saying blank space, right? And this file we are going to open as a, let's say, csv file, or you can say simply file, right? You can say simply file. Now instead of this file we can write our code. So you can say writer is equal to csv.writer, and I have to use the csv library. So you can see that we have imported csv library. So this is the library that we are going to use to write the csv file. So we say csv write, and we have passed the data, right? Into that is the file we are passing, and here we are passing the data in this format. So date, category, and the amount, right? So this is how we are going to add the file into, we are going to write the file, right? Now what we can do here over here is, after that, once we have added the data, we can just give a print statement that okay, that write statement is successful, right? We can have a print, and we can say expands added successfully, yeah. So this is done with the expands added addition. Now let us the date and then category where it is showing blank, and category outer scope, not for now. Let me remove this one. Now let us go and implement this view expands method. This method we are going to read from the expense.csv file, and we are going to display the result only. Now, right? So let me just open the file. So you can see once again open, and we are going to open the csv file. We'll see expense.csv. We'll see expense.csv file, and now we are going to open the file in read mode, right? So we can say r, nothing else, nothing more required, and we can see as file, right? So this is how we are going to open the file, and we have to use the reader here over here. So you can say reader equals csv file dot reader, and then what this reader is going to return me, reader is going to return me the lines in the csv file. So I have to track one by one line so that I can get the amount also, the total amount I need to calculate, right? So for that, what we can do actually, we need to calculate the total amount, right? So for that, I can take a variable here called, let's say, you can take it over here also. Let's say total amount, total amount equal to, initially I'm taking as 0. Then after that, we are going to have the rows. So this is nothing but our, you can say, rows. Okay, so rows in the CSV file. So instead of this, so now I can take the for loop. I can say row in rows, and after that, total amount I can calculate by float row. Amount is there in the column number 3. That is nothing but index 2, right? So I have to pass index, right? So this is how we are going to calculate the total amount, and after the total amount is got calculation is completed, we can now we are ready to display the data, right? So we can say, so here we can display, we can see total amount of expenses whatever we have done, right? So we print, and let me do one thing, let me take this table outside of this with file reading operation, so that we can call it there the total amount, right? So this is how we can use, this is the view expenses you can see, and which is going to return me the total amount, right? That's it that's it guys. Let us complete quickly run the code and see how the output is coming now, right? Run this code. If I run this code, it is asking me to enter a choice, so let me enter one choice is one. Then I'll say I have to add the category, so let's say food, and then I have to enter the amount, let's say 140, and it is saying that expense added successfully. Now my code is got existed, right? So let me run once again, and then this time we are going to view the expense. So I'll choose option 2, and then you can see we are getting an error over here, right? What is the error over here we got here? So you can see we are getting an exception that is nothing but a you can see float value error could not convert string to float, right? So you can see the amount which is 250, this is a string type of value we are trying to convert into float, so we cannot directly convert string type value to string, sorry, string type value to number type, let's say numeric, any of the numeric like integer or float, right? So what is the something we are doing wrong here is, you can see that amount we are taking from the user, that is here, but taking amount as integer, that is the amount, okay? So this is the amount that we have received from the user, and then this is something we are passing over here. So we are calling, let me check here, amount, and this is the amount we're passing, and then amount is, let me do one thing, let us print the data so we can understand the record, right? And say amount. If I run this data now, run the code again. So if I run the code, and if I say choice one, and then I say expands category, let's say put once again, and I say expand is 200, and I is printing with 200, and expands added successfully. Okay, so with the exception we were getting, that is for the from reading the file CSV, right? So CSV, we let me go and see CSV file. You can see we got two you can see entry over here. Initially we did not add the lines break over here, so that's why it is appended over here. So we did something wrong. Let's say what I need to do, to hit enter over here, right? So now let's go to the application and run this code once again, and let's see what happened. So let's see, right now I'm adding one, and then I'm selecting an option as a food, and I'm entering 200. Now let's see 200 is got added. Now let's go to this expansion.csv. Now you can see data is got added, right? Now what we can do over here is, let me run this code once again, and then if I let's next time I'm choosing selecting as 2, I'm getting an exception, right? So this is a float, we are going to total float that line, but here this is the problem, making problem, right? So this row 2 is nothing but a coming as a string, we need it to convert to float, right? So that is the problem that we are facing right now. Let us do one thing, simply we can, what we can do for now, for simplicity, let me remove the column header also. So we are remove completely, we are going to have a blank file. Now let me run this code, and then we are going to observe how it is going. Let me run this code now. Let's say I'm selecting one option, then I'm saying let's say shopping, shopping, and then I'm entering the data. Let's say amount is 150, so it is added. Now if you go to the expense file, you can see the data is got added. Now let's say I'm running this file once again, and if I run this code, let's see, I'm selecting once again one, I'm selecting this time food, and I'm selecting expenses is 100, and then see it is got added success. If you open this file, we have two category selected data over here. Now let us see, try to read the file, right? So run this code once again, and let's see, I'm selecting option as 2, and then it is showing me total amount is 2, right? So if you go to the file depend expenses, you see 150 plus 100, it is 20, sorry, 250, so it is showing displaying over here. So now if you want to see the complete records into the console, so what we can do, we can go to the app.py, and you can print the rows over here. Print, so simply go over here, so it will display all the records that we have, right? So if I run this code once again now, okay, let's say I'm selecting option as 2, you can see it is showing me the details we have there, right? So now we are having the details, and also at the same time we are having the, we are able to see the total amount of the expended, right? Now let us do one thing. This is at the time we select one option to perform some tasks, then the application is getting ended, right? So to get it asking you options multiple time, to keep on asking you, so what we can do, we can add this into a loop. We can run this into a loop. So from this option to this option, I want to run into a loop, right? So what we can do is we can add in for while loop. Let's say what I want to mean, a while, I can say true, and then this piece of code I want to take inside of the while, right? So I can just do like this. Now it will keep on asking you enter the options. One more thing, what we can do here is, let's say user is selecting an invalid option, so we can ask user if choice else, if user is not selecting something else, so what do you want to do? So we can say invalid choice, so we can print the option, so we can say print, and we can say invalid choice, and we can still again uh, we can ask user to enter the correct option, like, right, we can say please correct, please try again, right? So let me run this code. Now you can understand how it like now. So it will, first of all, it will ask you to select the option. Let me select one, and I'm going to select this time, let's say um, let's say traveling, and I'm entering the amount is 100, let's say 50 rupees, right? Now you can see we got this 50. Now after that it is saying expense added successfully. Now it is again asking me for to choose the option. Let's say this time I'm selecting option 2. Now it should be able to display me the option. You can see now it is showing me all the details, right? Now it is also showing me the total amount. Still it is giving me the options. Let me select any option which is not available. Let's say I'm selecting 7, I'm hitting enter, then it is saying that invalid choice and please try again. Again it is giving me, so it will give you the options on loop. It will keep on giving the options on loop, right? So until unless you are hitting 3, so it is not stopping the application. I hope this is something you got the logic, guys. So that's all for this video, guys, and this is about the application, and I'm going to add this code into my GitHub repository, and that link is going to I'm going to provide it to the video description as well. So that's all, guys. Thank you so much. Thanks for watching. If you need any other assistance, any improvement you want to, so you want to see, you can just, you can freely feel free to ask me. You can feel free to add the comment into the comment section, and in our next video we can see how we can take this into a next level, right? Till then, guys, thank you so much. Bye bye.